Hello children, how are you? I hope you have watched my videos on basic accounting terms. Yes, and also the introduction of accounting. Now after that, we are going to come to a very important concept. Before that, we need to know accounting equation. Okay, so let's now equation. Yes, of course, maths in it, but a very simple maths in it. And even before that, every math has a story. So let us watch a very interesting PPT, a very interesting story of your own. Yes? And then we'll come back to this equation and all. Go watch it. This is a small PPT that I've made for you to explain the counting equation better. All of you imagine your home. All of you live in your home, your house, your place of dwelling. Yes? Your home is something that is yours. Okay? Maybe your parents have made it, but then you live there and you call it your home. So that is your home. Also, there are various things that are there in your home. Your belongings. Yes? The furniture there, the bed there, your sofa, your shoes, your books, various equipments that you use there, your watch maybe, your mobile, your washing machine, then you have your television, and in the kitchen you have a lot of stuff, mouth-watering stuff for you. Maybe you have a pet too. Okay, these are all your belongings. Certain objects out of this will be consumed very quickly. For example, the food, the grocery that you have, there may be fruits, vegetables that you have, all these things will get used up within a short period of time. Yes, we can equate that with your current assets. And there are certain, assets that will last for a longer period. Your furniture, your washing machine, your television, all those things, right? So those can be compared to your fixed assets. So these are your belongings. Where has this belonging come from basically? Who has purchased this? Your parents, yes? Now the income might be, maybe your parents had their own funds to, purchase those belongings, or maybe they have taken that home on a loan. Many people do take loans on home. Okay, then maybe the mobile that you have got, it's an expensive one maybe, so that can be taken on EMIs. EMIs are also equated monthly installment scheme, right? You all know that you can take the product, use it, but you can just pay it as at your convenience in certain number of months, maybe a year. Maybe you have taken a short loan from your relatives or friends. Yes, that can be a borrowing. And also maybe the grocery that you take maybe is from a nearby store where you take it on credit. So that is also a form of borrowing. So here it can be your own funds, your personal funds of your parents, or it can be borrowed also. Whatever you borrow is called your liability because you need to pay it back. Yes, the loan that you've taken from your bank needs to be repaid. The amount that you borrowed from your relative or your friend needs to be given back. So those are your borrowings. Why am I talking about all this? Your home, your belongings, all have been sponsored. Everything comes at a cost. Your home, your belongings. Either it can be brought in by your own funds, meaning your parents' salaries or income if they have a business, and any personal property that you had, maybe that you sold it off and got cash for it. Either it can be financed by that or it can be financed by your borrowings. Correct? That brings us to, what is the source of financing the belongings? I have put these different sources under capital and liabilities. Capital meaning own funds, your income, your salary, your own property. Whereas liabilities can be bank loans, personal borrowings from relatives and friends, credit dealings meaning credit purchases from people. Either this source is from capital or the liabilities, other liabilities. Can there be any third source? No. Either तुम अपने पैसे से खर्च कर रहे हो सब कुछ खरीदने के, या फिर किसी से उधार में लेके कर रहे हो, right? These are the only two options. This is what is accounting equation. All your assets will be equal to the capital or liabilities. या तो अपने पैसे या फिर बाहर के पैसे से मिलाकर तुमने ये assets को sponsor किया है, खरीदा है, correct? So these assets have come from either capital or liabilities. Now what you do is you find out. You talk to your parents. You find out everything that is there in your home, especially the fixed assets. Okay, please ask them, where has it come from? Did you purchase, or did your mama did you purchase, papa did you purchase, or was it given by your grandparents? Or have you taken any loan? So this will help you understand your house and your belongings. How was it sponsored? Make a small table of it and write all my assets is equal to, okay, capital meaning whatever you have sponsored, and liabilities whatever has been sponsored by borrowings. So do this interesting activity, and thank you for watching the PPT. Okay, so I think this PPT has given you a brief understanding of what are we talking about, equation, yes? So what did you see in the PPT? That all my assets taken together will always be equal to my capital plus liabilities. Right? See, capital is also a liability when it comes to business point of view. This we did not do in the story, right? So, abhi story mein twist hai, because now we are talking about the business. Business is a separate entity and capital, the owner is a separate entity, right? We've already done that while doing the concept of capital and drawings in basic accounting term. So, these assets are financed by either the owner himself, because capital is brought in by the owner, or he has borrowed from the market, meaning outside the business. Okay, the assets are of the business. All assets are of the business. Okay, so when it comes to business, we are talking about these. Assets are always equal to capital plus liability. Now let us take an example. When you start a business, you will need to invest in your business, right? Suppose I am starting my own business. Okay, I want a place to do the business, so I have a shop. Okay, a shop will be what for a business? What out of this is a shop for the business? Obviously, shop is a place to do business, because without having a place to do business, I won't be able to do business, right? So either I have to have a real space or a virtual space in the cyberspace, right? So यहाँ पर हम जब shop का बात कर रहे हैं, shop is the place where I'm doing business, so it's an asset to me, because using the shop, I will be able to sell my goods, keep my goods which are purchased there. Yes, so I have purchased the shop. Fine. Also, I have also purchased a godown. Fine. So I have purchased a godown. Godown meaning a storage area where I can keep my goods safely, because I need to, because I'm a trader, right? So now in this case, both my shop and the godown are my assets. Who has brought in this asset? Me. Meaning the proprietor, the owner has brought the shop and the godown into the business, right? So obviously, whatever is the worth of this, suppose the shop is of 5 lakhs and the godown is of 2 lakhs. So total, how much have I invested in my business? 7 lakhs by purchasing the godown and the shop, correct? So since this I have financed, this is my capital, so this is 7 lakhs. Obviously, my assets will be equal to my liabilities, right? because I have brought in 7 lakhs worth of things and that has become a part of the asset of the business. तो मेरा asset और liability equal है, correct? Now after this, मेरे पैसे खत्म, so I need more funds to purchase goods. Yes, for the stock I need money that I am purchasing from my creditor, suppose. Okay. Creditor is a person from whom we purchase goods on credit. Because I don't have much money to pay him, I am asking him for a favor, which is पैसे अभी goods दे दो, पैसे मैं बाद में दे दूँगा. Maybe after I sell off the goods. Yes. So he has given me certain goods, so that I have added to my assets. Goods are assets to you because उसको बेचकर पैसा आएगा. It's an earning source for me. तो ये goods भी add हो गए मेरे assets में. Suppose you have purchased goods worth 30,000. Alright? So your assets have increased by 30,000. आया कहाँ से? मैंने दिया पैसे इसके लिए? No. I borrowed it from someone and that someone is a creditor. So that is an external liability. So here I have this 30,000 coming from the creditor. Correct? What is the source of this 30,000? This creditor. So now again, my equation is equal. Yes? 7 lakh 30,000 there, 7 lakh 30,000 here. Alright? So here you are just, for accounting equation, as far as the syllabus is concerned, it just wants you to understand what is accounting equation. Obviously, you will not get any sums on this. Earlier, we used to have sums on this, but nowadays, the council has removed the practical problems. Yeah, you can see the smile coming on your face. The council has removed all practical problems in this topic. So, you just have to understand what is an accounting equation. And this equation you need to know. I am saying no, not learn. Because इसको learn करने के लिए कुछ नहीं है. Assets will be equal to my capitals and capital plus liabilities. में कुछ learn करना है? No, no. Once you have understood, you have known it. So this should be there with you. Now, this brings us to a very important fundamental related to accounts, which is called the dual aspect concept. Dual aspect concept. Now, dual meaning two things involved here. What are the two things involved here? Now, whenever business is receiving something, someone is giving it to it, right? So, always there's a giver and a receiver. Something is coming in, something is going out. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You've learned that in physics. ऐसा ही कुछ है. Every debit will be equal, having an equal and corresponding credit. ये है accounts. ठीक है ना? How do you connect it to your physics that you've already learned? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Yes? That force and all that you've done. I have forgotten. Now, accounting equation is based on this. Because whenever there's an increase in this side, there is an increase in this side. There will be a decrease in this side, there will be a decrease in this side. Okay? So, it is always balanced. And how do we record that? As a debit and a credit. Assets are always debit. Debit में लिखते हैं क्यों? जब भी वो आ रहा है, something is coming into the business, good for the business. Assets are good for the business. So I always keep on debiting it whenever my assets are increasing. So if I talk about the asset side, it is the debit side, okay, of the equation. And all my liabilities, capital. अब business के हिसाब से सोचो, owner has given me this asset. So the business has to return it to the owner. The creditor has given certain goods. The business has to pay to the creditor later on, right? So here it is a liability. Liabilities are not good, right? Something that we need to do, any responsibility, right? So that is credit. All these are always credit. So here we have the liabilities as the credit. So this is it. Debits are always equal to credits, and that is the dual aspect concept. Okay? So whenever I'm receiving something, I need to give something. Whenever there's an increase in the assets, there's also an increase in the liability. Okay? Now, so this is this, and This is the basic, the foundation stone of our double entry system. Yes, if you have seen my video earlier, double entry and single entry system, I had mentioned, remember? And I said that I will do that later in detail. And this is where I am starting my double entry system. Double entry matlab two aspects, debit and a credit. Every debit will have an equal and corresponding credit. Okay? ऐसा कभी नहीं हो सकता है कि मैंने कोई ट्रांजैक्शन किया है, डेबिट में आ गया है, लेकिन क्रेडिट कुछ है ही नहीं. It is incomplete. So if you have to see the complete picture, if you have to do the scientific method of accounting, it has to be in the double entry system of bookkeeping. Okay? So everything now on that we are doing is double entry bookkeeping system. ठीक है? एक चैप्टर हम लोग लास्ट में करेंगे सिंगल एंट्री सिस्टम भी, जस्ट टू एंजॉय द कॉन्ट्रास्ट ऑफ डबल एंट्री एंड सिंगल एंट्री सिस्टम. ठीक है? सो बाकी टिल दैट टाइम इट्स ऑलवेज डबल एंट्री सिस्टम. So are you clear what is the double entry system? It's the system of accounting based on the dual aspect of the debit and credit, where every debit is equal and having an equal and corresponding credit. Easy enough? I hope you found this video interesting and useful. Go through it once again so that you clear your concepts very thoroughly, children. It is very important to have a very good hold of concepts in the beginning itself. Because again, as I told you, it's foundation stone. है ना? कोई भी घर बन रहा है, if the foundation is weak, the house will not be strong. And I want all of you to do very well in your accounts. So when you're starting in class 7, start it bang on. Just take it in your stride and work hard. Alright? And keep waiting for my next video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Press on the bell icon to get notifications. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.